You are watching the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. Welcome to Baum Walker Stadium, primetime battle at the Fayetteville Regional. The number 3 national seed, that's the Arkansas Razorbacks. They face the Big East champs, the Creighton Blue Jays, in a pivotal game. The winner advances to the regional final tomorrow. Earlier today in our first game, North Dakota State, the Bison out of the Summit League, secured just their second ever tournament victory. It was a 4-3 win, eliminating Kansas from the tournament in the process. And so we have just 3 teams left standing. That's it. Impressive wins yesterday for the Hogs and the Blue Jays. And so now they meet on the big stage. Welcome upstairs, Baum Walker Stadium. This should be a fun one. That is the coach, Bobby Miranda, Kevin Fitzgerald with you. Bobby, we got 2 quality teams. You know how pivotal it is to win the first 2 games of this double elimination format regional round. Winner of this one has a chance to vault itself to the regional final tomorrow.
Absolutely, and looking back, the last couple of years, Arkansas has struggled in this exact game.
Yep.
You want to get in the driver's seat, be 2-0, and have a very good chance to win a championship this weekend.
Yeah, you nailed it. Arkansas has lost in the regional round at this park the last couple of years. Creighton, meanwhile, has played in some regional finals the last time they were in the NCAA tournament. For Arkansas, it's a 43-win season, one of the best teams in the nation. Who's the X factor of the order for the Hogs?
Well, that has to be Aloy for sure. I mean, the All-American. Everyone's All-American. No question about it. Got the party started yesterday with a big double down the right field line and lock in on his right center approach. An .829 slug toward the scoreboard here. An .829 slug. That's top 4% in the country.
He has absolutely thrived in his second season with the Hogs. Meanwhile, the big bat in the order for the Creighton Blue Jays is Nolan Sailors. One of the more dangerous hitters in the Big East. Was not a double, not a triple, not a home. He was a single shy of the cycle yesterday. Impressive day in the win. On
base 5 times, elite skill set of contact and speed. His gap-to-gap approach from the left side is next level.
So it's Creighton and it's Arkansas. A trip to the regional final is on the line. It'll be Moggers and Root, the pitchers. They battle when we come back. Arkansas was the home team yesterday. In this game against Creighton, they will flip to the visitors' side here. This is their lineup card. Kozel was great yesterday, right in the middle of a prolific offense that set a home run record this season. And so they'll face the freshman of the year in the Big East. It's Wilson Moggers.
Yeah, opponent's hitting 201. 201 overall this season. Very talented freshman. 4-pitch mix. Fastball cutter. Elite cutter in his arsenal.
$10,000 strong at Baum Walker Stadium. One of the better home field advantages, not just in the SEC, but around the nation. And so Creighton visits Fayetteville for the first time in nearly a decade. And now it's on a big stage. Winner of this one to the regional final tomorrow. First pitch from the freshman from Mankato is in for a strike. Charles Davalon is the sophomore who has been at the top of the Arkansas order much of the season. One of the many all-conference selections this year. He landed on the first team after hitting .350. Fouls that one away, and so the count's quickly 0-2. It is a very explosive, well-rounded, balanced offense that Moggers faces today for the #3 national seed.
Davalon with more walks than strikeouts. That's what you want out of a leadoff man.
0-2 from the big righty. That one is fouled back. So Moggers, Gatorade Player of the Year in Minnesota, his senior year of high school, decides to go play for Creighton. Turns in a terrific season. Rookie of the Year after posting a 3.10 ERA. And you see what it looked like in conference play. Got better as the year unfolded. 0-2, just a little tight.
93 in from the freshman. That four-seam exploded. I like it.
Perfect evening to determine who is going to be the first team to the regional final. Temperature around 79 degrees. Beautiful night. That pitch misses away, so the count evens now. These two programs, they've only met 15 times. The last was 9 years ago. And they have faced off against one another once before in the postseason. That was way back in 2007. An Arkansas victory. 2-2. It's tapped up the first base line, so we'll do it again.
He's tough with two. Only 23 strikeouts this season. Like I mentioned earlier, more walks than strikeouts. He's in the plus side in that category.
Sophomore from Montreal. Let's choke it up on that bat. 2-2. And that hit him. Leadoff base runner for the Hogs.
Man, that's a tough AB right there. Tough AB.
So now it's Arkansas's supernova who steps into the plate. Always a great deal of anticipation when he digs in the box.
Yeah, Vahiva, very talented. Watch his right center stroke here, like we talked about in the open.
Vahiva Aloy. Foul tips that one into the mid. Took a big rip.
Tremendous leverage in that swing. He gets extended, ball goes a long way.
So the All-American, they call him the prized one. That's what his first name translates to, Vahiva. Obvious player of the year choice in the league. Hits this one hard to Ben North at second. They're trying to turn the double play. It's a little low throw. McLean could not handle it. So one out. Aloy will be at first. And three-hitter Logan Maxwell hits next.
Wow, had a chance to turn that.
Yep.
Better throw from second base. That's a double play. Came around an off-speed pitch to the 6 hole. Good feed. Just a low throw. Couldn't dig it out.
Yeah, a bit of a first inning missed opportunity there for Creighton. Meanwhile, for the Hogs, they catch a break. They've still got a runner aboard. Logan Maxwell is the senior. Takes that first pitch away. Now, he's one of the many first-year Hog starters that transferred into the program and have been incredibly impactful. 10 homers, hit .340. Spent his first few years at TCU.
And
takes that first strike.
Hitting over 500 in the last 2 weeks. It's been hot.
Dave Van Horn's team, quite simply, they've played steady, consistently strong baseball all year. Back in this regional round for a 21st time in his 23 seasons. Remember, no tournament in 2020, so they have missed just one tournament in his tenure.
Legend. Absolute legend. One of the best to ever do it.
2+ decades now in Fayetteville. And a top 8 national seed once again. 2-1 is roped, but foul. Nice catch, by the way, by the youngster. He's going to get quite the ovation.
Yeah.
Yeah, show it.
That away, little man, right there.
This is the play of the weekend, by the way. Reaching over the tarp.
Watch it right here.
And
snagged.
Got it.
Look at that on the backhand. He went backhand to catch that over the tarp. Quality,
Coach Van Horn. No, it might be a little too early to start recruiting.
I think that's a Sports Center top 10.
Let's
nominee.
put the stamp on it.
I think
top
so.
10 nominee.
I think so. Quality. Got some good seats right there too in the front row.
Grandpa checking it out. Make sure he didn't do the old hidden ball trick. No, all right. I guess you caught it. Payoff coming. Runner on the move. Maxwell pops that one up. It's over the left side here. And there's 2 outs for Moggers in the first inning.
Try to get some motion going right there with Aloy. Wanted Maxwell to drive a ball in the gap and score from first. Look at this place tonight. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful facility. Fayetteville has been a tremendous host. Perfect weather. Great crowd. Big game.
It's always a big league feel at this park. Ryder Helfrich, he's from California. First-year starter behind the plate. He has totally blossomed this year. Very dynamic player.
Really took the game over last night.
Yeah.
Behind the plate. Threw 2 runners out. Showed some skill set with a push bunt. Can really run. Drives the baseball. Complete player.
Everyday catcher, hits with 2 outs. So Creighton yesterday, remember, used their frontline starter, Dom Cancelleri. He went 4 innings. One of their long relievers, Ian Kuzman, pitched 4 strong as well. Moggers has been the number 2 guy, even as a freshman all year. 1-1. It's on the outside corner for a strike. You know, what's most impressive about Moggers, a 201 batting average against. His Achilles heel sometimes has been the walks. He's got an inflated walk rate, 37 walks in only 69 innings. Looking for a scoreless first to set the tone. Aloy on the move. Throw down is a little high and into center field. Gillen up with it. Aloy take it for third. The throw on target and he's out.
Wow.
Tate Gillen throws out Aloy, who was gambling there, and he's getting an earful too from his third base coach. So Arkansas runs itself out of the first. Well, the Creighton Blue Jay offense ignited yesterday for 11 runs, 16 hits. Nearly half of them were extra base hits. And most of those, as you can see, were courtesy of Nolan Sailors, who is one of the best hitters in the Big East. He hits third. So how will Creighton fare against Arkansas's ace this season? The 6'2" lefty, Bobby, from Fort Myers. It's Zach Root.
Yeah, the East Carolina transfer, uber competitive. I mean, really gets after it from the left side. Look at that strikeout to walk ratio. 2 elite breaking pitches. Spike curveball and what he calls a slutter. And the whiff rate is close to 50% on both of those pitches. So look for that with 2 strikes. That's what he'll go to. And watch him compete in the strike zone at a high level.
Fantastic all-conference first-team selection. A lot of folks view him as a likely first-round, top 30 pick this upcoming June's draft. First things first, a tournament run. Winner of this one to the regional final tomorrow. Scoreless top half after Arkansas had a runner get thrown out on the base paths. Tate Gillen leads off for Creighton, the Big East champs. He's one of 4 lefties in the order, and Root finds the zone there. 94 on the gun to get things started.
Yeah, that's a real arm from the left side. Can really spin it as well.
So Gillen got that 6th inning rally started. Knocked in a couple of runs that kicked off a 7-run 6th inning. And that was when Creighton turned a ball game that was a 3-3 score into a 10-3 advantage. 1-1 pitch, waved at and missed.
There's that spike curveball. Spins it at 2,600. Average Major League 24.5 to 2,500 spin. Quality pitch.
That's pretty darn good. Root's got his pitch now. Coming home. That's in there. Called third strike. 1 away.
That's nasty. That's nasty. The vertical break on that pitch is almost 13 inches. Watch it right here. The freeze, spike breaking ball to the zone. That's just a quality breaking ball from the left side. Just jelly legs you, buckles you.
There's the first of potentially many. You know, Zach Root has had our strikeout man quite busy this year. Top 20 in the nation, yeah, in strikeouts. This is the 6th-year senior Matt Sherman. Was a little late on that one and lines it into the seats. Sherman, one of the many multi-year starters. This is his 2nd year starting at third base for the Blue Jays. You know, a lot of times we use the term veteran group. Creighton is a veteran group. But they are a veteran team that wearing that Blue Jays uniform. Just about every starter, a multi-year starter. So they have played together. They know the program standard. This year, winning the Big East and getting back to the tournament for the first time in 6 years. Something they were building towards, I should say, this group. 1-1, back up the middle. Aloy can't get to it. So it's a 1-out base hit for Sherman.
It's a changeup. Taken right through the middle, TTM. Good hitting on an off-speed pitch.
Just about everybody in Ed Service's order was productive yesterday. Again, 16 hits, scored 11 runs, and in Kansas a loss. Ed Service, more than 700 wins in his 22 seasons at Creighton, more than 900 in his career.
Wow.
And this is one last go-around for one of the many icons in Omaha, announcing his retirement after last season, saying 2025 will be my last ride.
Yeah, quality man, quality coach, passion for the game.
Boy, look at the batting average for Sailors. Close to 400 now after the 3-hit day yesterday. Sailors, true senior from Omaha. Grew up going to Rosenblatt. Wears that Creighton uniform with a lot of pride. Bounces the 0-1 over to Kojal. Goes to second. And no chance to turn the double play, so 2 gone.
It's a fastball in at 93. I feel like that's a good plan right there against Sailors, who has that backside middle approach. You want to jam him and crowd him with, you know, an elite fastball. Really, it's up to 95 miles an hour already today. It's a good pitch.
Well, what is going to be critical against one of the best arms in the SEC? This has been North, by the way. Sailors, 27 out of 30. Always a threat to steal.
Yeah, he's an athlete for sure. Next level contact, hitting almost 400, and running game.
Misses out of the zone to North. It's the Woodbury, Minnesota native. Cleanup hitter for Creighton, and it was a rare 0 for yesterday for North. 0 for 6. Just about everybody but North was doing damage at the plate. He did knock in a run.
Really good infielder for Coach Service. Experienced guy. Absolute hand cannon out at shortstop.
Count goes 2-1 to North. Zach Root, top 15 in the league in everything. Earned run average, innings pitched, strikeouts. He was 7th in the league. Wins, opponent OPS, strikeout to walk rate. That's tugged, fair, throw to first. Iredale makes the play to retire the side. Scoreless after 1.
Lineup from top to bottom can absolutely rank. Moonshot to right field. Down the line. Avoid! Leave the yard!
This Arkansas offense is special.
Yes, indeed it is. Explosive, prolific offense. Dave Van Horn's team, Bobby, hit 110 homers this season, a program record. Top 20 offense across the board, every important category. You can see there, batting average, home runs, runs a game, throw OPS on there as well. Very balanced.
110 home runs. That is next level.
That's impressive. 4, 5, and 6 to up against the freshman Moggers. Ryder Helfrich bounces out to the left side for the first out here in the second. So that's the Rubik's Cube that the rookie Moggers has to solve today in order to vault his team to the regional final tomorrow.
I would say the number one goal is keeping the ball in the yard. Eliminate slug. Eliminate traffic before slug, even better.
So Kojal was the one hog who went deep yesterday. One of his 3 hits, doubled, singled. Again, he was a triple shy of the cycle and knocked in a run in each of his first 3 at-bats. The sophomore, who's from Omaha. So facing a team the university grew up not too far from. Kojal, Millard South High product after spending last year at Vanderbilt. Transferred to Arkansas. He's had a really fine all-conference season. You know, the offense, Bobby, you know, it produces here at this ballpark. Arkansas is excellent at home. Kojal tops it foul.
Yeah, think about it. They're in the #1 league in college baseball. It's a beatdown every weekend. There's major league arms everywhere. Here's the OPS differential. Basically what it is your offense earning slug on base, stuff like that, and your pitchers preventing it. Those are the champions the last 2 years previously in the country that led the SEC in that metric. Guess who leads the league this year? Arkansas. So that being said, they're #1 in the SEC. Will they win a national championship in 2025?
Sounds like there could be a correlation. Dave Van Horn has been very candid, acknowledging the fact that, look, we were good the last couple of years. This team is stronger relative to the last 2 seasons that ended in this round. And we have seen that all season long. Quite simply, one of the best teams in America from the jump to where we are now. 3-2 pitch to Kojal. Smokes it deep to left. Back at the wall. Goodbye. Kojal goes yard again.
Wow, he is locked in. mile-per-hour fastball. Exit speed of 102. Driven to the backside. You talk about locked in. He is on a heater currently here in Fayetteville.
15 homers now on the season for the Omaha native. Puts the home team in front. This is Kuhio Aloy. Sophomore designated hitter. Younger brother of Vahiva. It was the 2-run homer in the 5th inning yesterday against North Dakota State. Gets the scoring started here with that opposite field blast.
It's a great swing. Tremendous swing. Wow.
Off speed gets Aloy that time. It's a 3-1 pitch to the Hawaiian. Swings and misses at that one, so the count goes full.
The talented Hawaiian from Wailuku, Hawaii. Pretty far away. And both of them are here. the Bash brothers on Maui.
Swing and a miss, and so Moggers bounces back with a strikeout, 2 away.
Check out this swing. 93-mile-per-hour fastball, driven to the backside. Just a beautiful, beautiful approach. Easily gets out of this facility. 1-0 Arkansas.
Into the hog pen.
Obnoxious out there tonight.
And then the flags start flying.
Yes.
So it's now 112 home runs as a team this year.
Wow.
And Brent Iredale hits for the first time tonight. Junior from Sydney.
Colesville is on a heater. This freshman from Creighton's got good stuff. 92, 93 from the right side with arm side movement.
He has gotten better as the season has unfolded.
There's that cutter.
He's given up 2 earned or less in each of his last 8 starts. ERA right around 2 those final 8 outings. Two-1 to Iredale. It's off the outside edge. By the way, it's Travis Carlson who's the home plate umpire. Jason Bradley at first. Jeff Goffney's the second base umpire. Jason Harstick at third. (3-1) is smoked. That's a base hit into left. So Iredale is aboard with 2 outs in the second.
This is all about being behind in the count. Those 3-ball counts, the national average is a .630 on base percentage. Get a good pitch to hit right there, a fastball right down the middle. And the young freshman's definitely gonna have to do a better job of getting ahead of Arkansas hitters and then mixing that cutter in there for strikes. Got behind with the cutter, had a groove of fastball, base hit.
There's Reese Robinette. Redshirt sophomore has now played 12 in a row, has gotten a lot more playing time down the final stretch of this season and into the postseason. Couple of walks yesterday in the win against North Dakota State. Moggers stumbled there when he let that last pitch go, so the count's 2-0.
Yeah, on his stride right there, he just kind of lost his balance, probably caught a spike, something like that.
The freshman pitching on the big stage now in the tournament. Just a little low.
Another 3-ball count here. Robinette's been good against right-handed pitching. 367 clip on the season.
So that's a 4-pitch walk.
That's been the only issue right
the
there.
bugaboo, if
yes.
you will, this season. Leads the team in walks and hit by pitches. They're going to call the Hogs now.
Yeah, they are.
With a little meeting on the mound coming up.
They are calling them out.
John Daly. It was whispering the Hogs. It's a half call.
Yeah, he had like a one-handed whisper.
That's his son, obviously, to his left. He's on the golf team. Had the best average this season on the Arkansas golf program. The pride of Dardanelle, Arkansas.
Enjoying some great baseball. What an atmosphere.
So that Kojal home run, what was that? That was a little sandwich spot, right?
It was more of a 3-iron to the backside.
Yeah, that's right. That one was stuck.
Maybe a 2-iron. That was a line drive.
Justin Thomas Jr. So speaking of golfers, not that one, but the one that plays for Arkansas.
No pun intended.
So Moggers trying to get his command back. Faced the minimum in the top half of the first. Allowed the home run, but he got a couple of outs, and then he gave up the single to Iredale and walked Robinette.
There's a pivotal count right here, 1-1. You can go 2-1 or 1-2. That's a 180 difference in your average.
Hard hit bouncer to short, North to second. Didn't have enough time to get it there. Everybody's safe.
I think the only shot he had on this, with the speed that was on the bases, was third base. It would have been a banger. Let's take a look right here. But I think that ball should go to third. You may have a shot. Slips as he throws. Once you back up in the grass like that, it's going to be a tough play for sure either way. Have to give Robinette credit for the hustle to second base.
Yeah, even if that throw is handled, Robinette's safe. So this game could swing one way or the other. Charles Davallon, this is the leadoff hitter.
Yeah, walks, airs. He's got to get ahead in the count right here. Moggers has really put himself in a hole.
And it hits Davallon. So another run comes in.
I like how Davallon held his ground, took his 90 and his RBI, didn't try to get out of the way, just stood his ground. You know what that coaching is right there? We don't move. That's the we don't move philosophy, toughness.
Cheers to a 2-0 lead. Vahiva Aloy now about to dig in, the SEC Player of the Year.
Dangerous spot right here for Creighton.
Big swing and a foul ball back to the screen.
Still one pitch away if you're on defense. And then the backs, Razorbacks, are wanting that big inning.
They fly the Hawaiian flag when Aloy digs in. It's been one of the most electrifying hitters in college baseball this year.
Without question.
You know, and this season goes down as one of the best in program history for any Arkansas player. The numbers he put up. 1-1 is yanked foul. So Moggers, even despite the trouble this inning, he's a strike away. Aloy, remember in the first, hit one hard to the shortstop Ben North and reached on a fielder's choice.
If you're thinking Grand Slam, he's had one home run in his last 13 games. He's due.
Two. Tops it foul behind the plate.
Tried to go in right there, spoiled it. 2-strike foul balls. One of the best plays in baseball. Live for another pitch, get something better that you can drive.
Waves and misses, inning over. And so Moggers bests him here. Arkansas does get 2 runs, but they leave him loaded. Blue Jays offense ignited in the 6th inning last night against Kansas. They entered the frame with the score tied 3-3. And then, Bobby, they scored 7. Whole bunch of extra base hits. 12 batters came to the plate in that critical 6th frame. So that busted it open. They never relinquished the lead en route to the 11-4 win over Kansas.
All started with a leadoff walk, a 4-pitch leadoff walk.
That's right. So second most runs in an inning. In NCAA tournament history for Creighton. They have been to the NCAA tournament 12 times. First in 6 years. Connor Capisi, that is the catcher. 5-hole hitter takes one inside. Zach Root back on the mound, but now with a 2-0 lead. The only time Creighton has broken through out of a regional or even deeper into the tournament was that incredible run back in the early 90s when the team from Omaha was playing in Rosenblatt.
1991. I was there, saw him play. Really good club, really good team. Coached by Jim Hendry, former Cubs GM and now special assistant to the GM for the Yankees.
2-1 pitch is lifted out to deep left. This one has some carry to it near the wall and just enough space for Davalon. So 1 out for Root. The NCAA Regionals coverage from all 16 sites continues tomorrow on ESPN Plus and the ESPN app. Go to ncaa.com for more information. It's Regional Saturday now, pushing deeper into the night. 16 teams will be eliminated, weather permitting, by the end of the day. A really good Kansas team here in Fayetteville went home after losses to this Creighton team and then North Dakota State earlier today. Teddy Dieters takes that for a strike. The count's quickly 0-2.
96 in. Executed quite well. Those are two-seam fastballs, by the way. We talked to him yesterday or 2 days ago. Two-seam fastballs.
I know you were impressed by his arsenal. That one's a little tight.
Yeah, he throws it right at the right-hand hitter. So he throws it at him, and then it comes back to the plate. So it looks like it's going to hit you. You give up on it, and then it catches the black of the plate for a strike.
That pitch runs in, and Root's frustrated because that hits Dieters.
It's that power breaking stuff. Spins it at almost 3,000 RPMs. The major league average around 2,500. Just throws it right into the foot.
You could see Root frustrated that time.
Yeah.
He spent his first couple of seasons at ECU. Remember, ECU was a national seed last year. Wound up losing in this regional round. Will McLean, who just demolished a pitch he saw from Kansas yesterday, 455 feet, that went over a place that Zach Root spends a lot of time, the Baseball Development Center.
Hit it out of the facility.
Outside, yeah. Oh, yeah.
455 feet. That ball was mushed.
That's the furthest one I have seen. Yeah.
Hit it right over that.
Long time. There was no chance. It was a no doubter that it was going to leave the yard. So Root, Bobby, he goes into the transfer portal after a couple of very effective years at ECU. Is now pitching coach Matt Hobbs. Called him a couple of times. They talked, get to know one another. Decided this was the place for him to not just win, but improve personally. Bounced over to the third base side. Iredale trying to start the double play to second for one, and then a low throw. So 2 gone, McLean is aboard.
We've had 2 double plays that should have been turned with accurate throws. One from Arkansas and one from Creighton. Watch it right here. If this ball's in the air or picked cleanly, it's a double play.
Yeah, another low throw. Creighton's first baseman mishandled one earlier today, and then right there. So the Blue Jays hit, down 2 runs, Dakota Duffalo. That's the 5th-year senior from Mesa, Arizona. Was 2 for 3 yesterday with a walk, scored a couple of runs, so a productive day at the plate. Duffalo has been their primary DH, especially the second half of the season. That breaking pitch is a little upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
The feel for his breaking ball right now, he's a little bit off. 2 of his changeups were hit hard, one for a single up the middle and one to the wall. So he's kind of eliminated that a little bit, trying to get the breaking ball in the strike zone. Needs that secondary pitch to start rolling.
Struck out the leadoff hitter. That's his lone punch out. That's in the air, headed towards the seats. That is out of play.
Spikes his breaking ball. We talked to him a couple days ago. He likes to spike it. Says he has a football mentality with it. He throws it like a football with that spike, and it really spins at a high level. That's his pitch. I mean, it is special, very special.
He has spent a lot of time perfecting that in the pitching development center.
That's right.
2-1 coming. It's in the air, down the line. Maxwell, got to give it a look. Maxwell dives. Maxwell makes the play. Inning over.
Let's go.
The veteran gets it done.
That is an awesome play. Superman dive toward the wall. Playing some ball out there, Maxwell.
SC top 10. Hello. You are watching the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. Packed house, 10,000 strong. That's typical here at Baum Walker Stadium. 2-0 lead for the Hogs. Saturday of this regional weekend. First pitch swinging in Logan Maxwell, who just made the spectacular catch, diving out in right field, has got a leadoff single. So he attacks the first pitch, and he beats Moggers.
Good little stroke right there. It'll be interesting to see how Moggers responds to his 15-minute inning. Got out of the jam, minimized, threw 35 pitches, and was behind 6 of 8 hitters. Really dodged a bullet there. Let's see how he responds this inning.
First pitch is a little low to Ryder Helfrich. Bobby first-year player. He was the freshman of the year in the Big East, but now pitching on a pretty big stage in front of a packed house. That 1-0 is ripped foul. What's critical this moment for a freshman like Moggers at a spot like this?
He's getting ahead in the count. Cannot be behind 6 of 8 hitters in an inning and dodge that bullet like he did last inning. Too many freebies, behind in the count, hitting guys, stuff like that. Cannot do that again and expect to come away with only a 2 spot.
Yeah, bases were left loaded there for the
Yes.
Hogs at the top half of the second. And so, yes, they are the visiting team in the second game. 2-1 is roped. That is past Sherman into left, a base hit. So you get the first 2 hitters aboard now for Arkansas.
Really, really love the Razorback catcher. Got some bat speed. Gets it out front, but hits it hard. Almost 100 miles per hour off the barrel. Just an athletic player.
This coaching staff is very high on Helfrich's continued development, his potential. Cam Kojal, maybe the hottest hitter in the lineup, Bobby. Digging in for a second time. And he thought about jabbing it at that one. He did pull the bat back, didn't offer.
Well, that was close. You think about it right here, too. They're bunting him, and he's probably the hottest guy in the lineup. Definitely in this tournament. Moving up in the box, probably going to bunt again.
Instead,
Teased him.
swings, rips it. That one's going to get to the corner. 1 run comes to score. Helfrich to third. He stops there. RBI double for Kojal. He is in a red-hot groove.
He's moving up in the box and then gets a breaking ball and pulls it down the line at almost 100 miles per hour off the barrel. And this guy is on fire. It's more than a heater. It's about as hot as you can get. I mean,
Quite
everything
hot.
he's seeing, the baseball, it's a big old beach ball to him for sure.
Kuhio Aloy that time helped check the swing. Bobby, he's 2 for 2. So when you go back to last night, he's driven in runs in 5 of his last 6 plate appearances.
Wow.
The table has been set. He's delivered. Off speed fools the sophomore from Wailuku.
And a little gamesmanship there. Moving up in the box. Sold me. And then swings at a breaking ball up.
He turned on it.
And turned on it.
Look at the numbers to start.
Yeah.
That's at the knees for a strike.
Nice pitch. Well executed, down and in.
So Kojal, we can expand even further. He's 11 for his last 26. It's better than 400 average. Half of those hits are now extra base hits.
And here's the crazy thing. In the last 2 weeks prior to this regional, only hitting .267.
He has ignited, and he's knocked in a pair of runs now for the Hogs tonight. Moggers off speed, gets Aloy, and there's finally an out here for Creighton in the third.
To chase down right here, good breaking ball. Look at the depth on that pitch. Almost 14 inches of vertical break. See how the ball goes down from the waist to the ground. Good breaking ball.
Yeah, he had this outstanding high school career at Mankato West High. About 90 minutes or so from Minneapolis. Was a strikeout machine, top 10 prospect in the state. And as we mentioned previously, was the Gatorade Player of the Year in the state before enrolling at Creighton. 1-0 pitch to Brent Iredale. This is the number 7 hitter in the order. His folks were athletes. Dad played baseball at South Dakota State. Mom played basketball. And the brilliant rookie, maybe on the mound, toughest assignment of the year. Foul tipped into the mid. So Arkansas has gotten to him here in the early goings, a few runs. And with the Australian at the plate, folks out in right center, they are they're going to land down under, evidently.
We've got Hawaiian
2-2 now.
flags. We have Canadian flags. We have kangaroos for the Aussie. This is impressive.
Look, I tried to tell you, it's a savvy fan base.
Hawaiian flags.
Iredale rips it, but foul. He's from Sydney. We had one of his countrymen in our first game. Remember, Kansas' second baseman is from Perth. That's the other side, though, other side of the continent. Breaking pitch, he waits on it, stings it, throw coming to the plate, the tag in time. That's a big defensive play by Creighton, and Matt Sherman didn't hesitated and threw a strike to the plate.
Great decision right there. That ball smoked, one-hop line drive. That's why you can do that. He hit it almost 100 miles an hour to the third baseman. They were in a contact down situation. You just have to make a great throw right there, and he does.
Very important out for Creighton. The Big East champs get one there. Reese Robinette up for the second time. There are 2 on, though. Robinette rips it into right. Base hit. Dieters up with it. Kojal around third. Throw cut off. 4-0 Hogs.
So you live for another at-bat right there, because you go home and they do not turn double play. So it was a first and third situation. Left. We'll take the out at the plate, live for another AB, and now a big RPI with 2 outs by Robinette. Huge 2-out knock right there. It's a 4-0 lead for the Razorbacks.
That's now 7 hits for Arkansas, just about 2 times through the order now. Justin Thomas bats for his second time. He singled his first time up. Thomas, he's from Savannah, Georgia. Started with the Bulldogs in Athens. Didn't play much there, went to a junior college. After a really good year, winds up wearing the Arkansas uniform. And it was a productive season in center field for Thomas. (1-0), that one is yanked foul. So 2 runs for Arkansas in the second, and 2 for the Razorbacks again here in the third. And they have not messed around in the early goings. In a game, again, it's a different season, different team, relatively speaking, but this is a game that this program has lost each of the last 2 years. This specific one on Saturday. And they have jumped out to the 4-0 lead.
It's a more complete team in 2025 than what they've had in the last 2 years. This team can beat you in many different ways, on the mound, offensively, base running, the defense. A very complete team in 2025 for the Razorbacks. They lost this game twice in the last 2 years. This would be a big turnaround for the quest for a title and getting to Omaha. You have to win this game tonight. Put yourself in the driver's seat.
Moggers misses in the dirt. That one nearly skipped away from Capisi. Runners did stay put, so the count goes full.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, they're tournament regulars.
No doubt.
I think there has been this aura surrounding the program much of this season, centering around the fact that maybe this is the year Arkansas breaks back to Omaha.
And can win a national championship.
Thomas foul tips it, so we'll do it again.
That's the only thing that's not on that wall, is a national championship. Is this the year they break through? Is this their time? Look at those appearances in Omaha.
You know, that recent 4-year stretch, 2018, they lose in the College World Series final in 3 games. Got there the year prior and a couple of years after that. So Moggers does get out of the third. 2 more runs for the Razorbacks. It's 4-0.
Home of the College World Series.
Cause here I come, I wear it all on my sleeve, so everything you see shows you where I'm from.
Bolts back and makes the catch! Somehow hung on! Back-to-back checks!
More, can you believe it?
The College World Series, it returns to Omaha June 13th. Bobby, these are the programs that have the most College World Series appearances without a title. Florida State, my goodness, the 24. You got Clemson, North Carolina, and then there is Arkansas. 11 trips to Omaha.
Shout out to Northern Colorado right there. They don't even play baseball anymore, I don't believe. At the Division I level, at least. Yeah. It needs to be added to their resume, for sure.
We showed you the number of trips previously. Kyle Hess leads off for Creighton in the bottom of the third. Faces Zach Root. Arkansas has been so close on so many occasions. 2018 runners-up. And they had the upper hand in that second game against Oregon State, wound up losing and lost the series the following night. 2021, remember, they were the #1 overall national seed that season. And then the following year, they made that spirited run back to the College World Series semifinals, ultimately losing to the eventual national champs that year, Ole Miss. And it's bounced over to Kojal. And there's a quick out for Root here in the third. So Dave Van Horn was very candid a couple of days ago when we spoke with him. Look, we've stumbled in some years recently. We've had some great success in this tournament. Baseball is a funky thing this time of year.
It's exciting too, but I will say this. The one thing that he likes about this team is he says these guys love to play and they want to be here. Sometimes when you have a lot of high draft picks You got a lot of people involved, a lot of noise out there. That can be a difficult situation. And this team is not interested in the noise. They're interested in getting to Omaha and playing for a national championship. That's their focus.
You really need to have that collective drive and determination. Don't underestimate it. It's not just talent, matchups. 1-0 here to Tate Gillen.
Yeah, you got to want to be here. You got to want to play. Believe it or not, you got to really want it. That's key, not just the talent.
And what we mean by that is the flip side is, yes, you've got a roster like Arkansas is littered with next-level players. Many of them will hear their name called next June. There's a lot that's going on in a life of a player like Zach Root, for example. He is very much a high draft pick.
Oh, a millionaire.
Next June, yep.
A millionaire.
Staying in the moment, critical to taste that glory in late June. 2 away here in the third.
Great swing, 101 off the barrel with nothing to show right there, but that's a great approach. And that's baseball. You do everything right, and you come up empty. That's why strikes are so important. When you throw it in there, you have 10 chances to get an out. A strikeout and 9 defenders.
That's right.
Cannot defend a walk or an HBP or a home run. Those are the only 3 plays that are undefendable in the game of baseball.
First pitch in for a strike.
The only sport where the defense has the baseball or has the ball. The only team sport. The defense has the ball. Every other sport, the offense has the ball. You dictate when the game's played.
You've got the advantage.
Yes. That's why it's a game of failure offensively. 3 out of 7, you're doing all right. Or 3 out of 10, you're doing all right.
3 out of 7, you're a Hall
Yeah,
of
3 out of
Famer.
7, you're like the best ever. 3 out of 10, you're doing okay.
Is that Tony Gwynn you're talking about?
Yeah, an OPS, it's that's the thing we talk about these days. On base and slug. That's the modern metric. You get that up in the 800s, 900s. When you're a 1-dot OPS, you're killing it. Over 1,000 OPS.
You make a lot of money at the next level when you do that.
Oh, that would be an Aaron Judge. That's about it right now. That guy, Shohei.
Matt Sherman has put up numbers like that recently. He's hitting 367 since May 1st. 4 for 7 this weekend, but he takes a called third strike, and the inning is over. Second punch out for Root. Both of them looking. Start of the 4th inning, Arkansas, the number 3 overall seed in the field, has scored runs in the 2nd and the 3rd. And Zach Root He's had a great start on the mound. He's retired 7 of the last 8. He's only allowed the 1 hit. Bobby, after Arkansas scored 4 runs in the last 2 innings, Ed Service makes a pitching change, and he is going early in this one to the bullpen in a game that is so pivotal. This is the sophomore from Blair, Nebraska. That's Shea Went.
Yeah, plus stuff right here, 91 to 94. At times, the strike zone can escape him with 8.1 walks per 9. The standard is 3. But opponents hitting only 207 off the young right-handed pitcher. Lots of fastball usage, almost 70%. Command's going to be a major factor if he's successful against the Razorbacks.
You know, Moggers struck out 4 hitters in his 3 innings, but allowed 1 too many hits and a lot of hard hit balls. 2 runs came in that second inning.
Well, Coach Service is in that dugout and knows how important this game is. Going to his bullpen early, got to keep the runs at a minimum against the Razorbacks.
First pitch swinging, this is Charles Davalon. He's got Hess on his back heels there, but he does make the play. So a good start for Shea Went. Has taken a big step forward in his second season. His ERA was around 7 last year. He sliced that almost in half as a sophomore. Started 5 games. It's definitely one of the arms that Service trusts when he needs some big outs. And so Vahiva Aloy, the SEC Player of the Year. He bats with nobody on and 1 out. Aloy smoked one on the ground hard to the shortstop back in the first inning, but it was handled, so reached down the fielder's choice, and then he struck out on a pitch up and into from Moggers. Lays off that breaking pitch.
Oh, big arm right here. 94 with that fastball, power slider. Good stuff.
Foul.
95. Some life.
He's coming home with a 2-2. Just a little tight. So Went is working from the windup. Again, he started 11 games in his career. The Hog fans, some of the most passionate. Aloy is on. That's a 1-out walk. While we got a moment, remember, squeeze play. It's available if you scan that QR code. With ESPN being the home to the NCAA baseball regionals, if you're looking for the around-the-clock multi-game coverage, it's right there. Just scan that QR code. It's going to take you to squeeze play. ESPN Plus subscribers, they can access the expanded coverage with squeeze play.
Love squeeze play. They were on a long time last night. We were catching that as our game was over. That was a late one.
Well, what was the LSU game last night?
And they're still on today.
Yeah. They're still
Every
playing.
day. It's awesome. First pitch they were covering was 10:59 local.
Well, that was
And
the
they were on
LSU game. Again, there was a
Yes.
lot of bad weather in Baton Rouge yesterday.
They were on late last night. Shot a text out to Berkey and Runes and said, hey, you guys are crushing it. Was it like a 14-hour day, 15-hour day?
Little encouragement. 0-2 pitch gets behind the catcher Capisi. So Aloy is in scoring position. It's Logan Maxwell who's about to see a 1-2 pitch here. Well, Ole Miss, one of the teams in national seeds yesterday that lost their opening game, did in fact win today. So you've got the national seed like Ole Miss. They've got to win back-to-back games tomorrow. for example, just to force a 7th game on Monday. Maxwell goes down on strikes. So it just underscores the importance of winning these first 2 games of the regional. A couple of games that are live right now. West Virginia and number 11 Clemson tied at 5 in the 9th inning. Meanwhile, in that Oxford regional, you got Georgia Tech, the 2 seed, in a slugfest. Is an offensive melee there against Murray State. Ryder Helfrich takes that first strike.
And their number 2, Brady Jones, I mean, a really good arm, 94 to 96. Obviously got hit hard early. Saw Mason Patel early in that game, their top reliever. What a slugfest down there in Oxford.
10-10 in the 6th.
Yeah.
"16 teams will be eliminated today. 16 more tomorrow, if not more than that. And we will have our super regional set by the end of Monday. Double elimination format. Again, you can take 1 loss. The key is you got to play it out and avoid 2 losses.
The best team wins in a double elimination tournament.
Right.
The best team, or the hottest team at that moment, will win it.
So now a favorable count coming to Helfrich, who's 1 for 2 today. Ball 4, 2 base runners on, and that's 2 walks now issued by Wendt.
That's been the issue throughout the season. That strike zone can't escape him at times. Stuff is real.
You know, we talk at length about the offensive firepower for Arkansas. You know, what's just as impressive, so they're top, top 10 in the nation in homers, but they're also top 5 in the nation in on-base percentage.
Right.
Draw a lot of walks. They have drawn 3 walks today. They've also been hit by 2 pitches. 2 batters have been hit. It was nearly 3 right there. This is Cam Kojal. This is the hottest hitter in the order.
So that's that combination of on-base percentage and slug.
Yep.
And that's where you become the number 1 team in the SEC in OPS differential.
Yep.
And that's huge.
So that means it's not just the damage you're doing offensively, but are you limiting that as a pitching staff
right.
as well?
And it's a differential between those 2 metrics, which is so important. You're keeping the ball in the yard, you're avoiding extra base hits, and then you're earning that. And you're taking your walks. And as a pitching staff, you're not walking people. You see what I mean? It's the opposites of what wins baseball games, and then that differential. And think about it, Tennessee was number 1 in the country and the SEC in that metric last year and the year before. LSU.
Last 2 national champs.
Boom.
2-1. Wave and a miss, strike 2. Cam Kojal's OPS, it's on the rise this weekend.
Yes. He is on fire.
2 on, 2 out. That pitch is just a little tight.
It's a nice pitch right there. That's on the L. That's a big L that you can draw from the hitter's body and down and away. You want to pitch on that L. It's well executed, but now we're in a 3-ball count. That's a hitter advantage count, even with 2 strikes.
Runners on the go, ball 4. And so Shea Wendt has walked 3 hitters this frame.
3 hitters in 1 inning usually leads to scoring. 3 freebies in 1 inning usually leads to a big inning for your offense.
Kuhio Aloy, the sophomore from Hawaii. He struck out twice here, and he's been fooled a couple of times by the breaking stuff.
He's been chasing. He's got to settle down, get through the middle of the field.
Big opportunity to really bust it open. Check swing. I don't think he offered. Yes, so the count evens, a ball and a strike.
It's a nice check, but you can even see the first movement on his stride. The hip is clearing, the shoulder is clearing. It's more rotational to the pull side. He needs to move his foul pole to center field, get through the middle of the field. That'll allow him to stay on the baseball.
Strike two.
Did you see that right there, Fitzy? His front side just leaving a little early.
Bases are loaded with 2 gone in the 4th. And Shea Went, the sophomore, is trying to get out of this. 1-2. That time it's the fastball.
You ever play back in the day when you only have like 4 kids to play baseball and left field would be out, or right field you just pick a field because you only have 4 guys? That's what he needs to do right now. Just draw a line up the middle of the field, and right field is the only fair territory. That should be his mindset.
Off speed, bounce to the left side. That's handled by North, and the inning is over. Creighton retires the side. They strand him loaded. Big moment for the North Dakota State Bison earlier today. The Summit League champs secured their 2nd ever NCAA tournament win. And so they will await the outcome of this one. They stave off elimination. North Dakota State, Bobby, will play the loser of this one in what will be our 2nd elimination game tomorrow at 2 local time, 3 Eastern. That is how this bracket plays out. That is why winning this game today, this Arkansas-Creighton battle, gives you a massive upper hand. You would go to the regional final, and there, someone would have to beat you twice in consecutive days in order to advance to the Supers. Zach Root, the ace for Arkansas, faces 3-4-5. This is Nolan Sailors. And you got really good hitters coming to the plate for the Blue Jays as they're trying to get going here, down 4-0 in the 4th.
And this is their guy right here leading off. If they want to do something, they've got to start going right now in this spot of their batting order.
Yeah, Sailors reached on the fielder's choice earlier, so he put the ball into play, hit it hard. But Zach Root, the all-conference first-teamer, and according to our draft expert, Kylie McDaniels, very likely top 30 pick this upcoming draft. 1-2, slings that one outside. 95 that time for the Fort Myers, Florida native. Top 15 in the league and everything. In his first season in the Razorback uniform. 2-2 coming. Wave it a miss. That's his third strikeout. He's now retired 8 out of the last 9. Really grooving right here.
Filthy, filthy pitch right there. Lots of depth. 16.5 inches of horizontal break. Watch it tilt right here. This is the spike curveball. He tries to rip that thing as hard as he can. Is what he said 2 days ago. Throw it as hard as I can like a football. And it just explodes down.
It's a unique little hitch.
Yes.
In his
Right
wind.
there.
Yep, right there. Almost, old school in a sense.
Yeah.
Ben North, cleanup hitter, takes that one.
Kind of has a Jerry Kuzman. Throw that out at you. A Jerry Kuzman delivery from way back in the day.
Kuzman's getting a lot of airtime
Yes,
on our
he
shows
is.
this weekend.
Very similar. Kind of sets that hip right there. See it? Before he drives to the plate, he sets his hip, gets it loaded, and then explodes. This kid's really talented. He's going to make a lot of money in about a month and a half as well.
North tops it right down onto the plate. Yeah, Kuzman was on that Miracle Mets 1969 World Series team. He's the great uncle of Ian Kuzman.
That's right.
Who's in Creighton's dugout. He pitched yesterday in their win. Oh, that's there. Called third strike, and Root has struck out 3 in a row.
How about 96 miles per hour dotted on the inner half. Watch this pitch just carved on the inner half. That's a two-seam fastball. Looks like it's coming right at you if you're a right-hand hitter, and carved perfectly. See, he's shaking his head because he thinks that ball's in, but it comes back. All two-seam.
Yeah, North has been frustrated. He's 0 for 8 at the plate. Very uncharacteristic stretch for Creighton's cleanup hitter. So Connor Capisi hits. And will he be the next victim? 3 straight strikeouts now for Root. Remember, he finished the year top 20 in the nation in Ks. So he has given up, Bobby, 1 hit, and he's hit a batter. That's it. That's the only 2 Blue Jays hitters that has reached safely.
Yeah, it's electric. Electric stuff. They can really spin a breaking ball.
And North is going to have to find a way to just get over this and move on quick.
That's an
Roots.
unhittable fastball. When
Yeah.
you throw it in like that, how are you going to keep it fair other than jamming yourself?
You see there, Root was a little fidgety. First 3-ball count of the evening. That's in for a strike. And that time Capisi taking all the way. Root was on that ECU team last year. That was a national seed, but lost in this regional round. And it's a walk. So a 2-out base runner for Creighton. We'll talk to the head man in just a few moments. Top half of the 5th inning, Ed Service will join us. Pretty neat moment for Service last week when his team swept the field at the Big East tournament outside of Cincinnati. Everybody was there, his whole family. Kids, grandkids. His nephew Scott Service was the longtime manager of the Mariners. He's now with the Padres this season. Flew in. We were talking to Ed, and you could just see the pride. You know, you could see how special that moment was for him with his whole family there.
Yeah, his final
Final
year.
season. That's right.
Final season.
Swing, look out. That is a rip down the line.
Coach Service had to duck on that one.
Teddy Dieters smoked it foul.
So when a pitcher like Root is really executing his stuff, and he's throwing out in the inner half with that breaking ball and that fastball, you'll see a lot of right-handers hook balls foul, if they do make contact at all. That's when he's on. And that's that L, that line where you want to execute your pitches close to the body and then draw the line down and away from the right-handed hitter. Stay on that line, you're usually very successful, especially with root stuff from the left side.
His strikeout to walk rate just impeccable this season. Swing and a liner into right. That's a base hit for Dieters. So a walk and a single. And it's an opportunity now for the Blue Jays, down 4-0 in the fourth.
Yeah, 2 out, cashing. You want to score runs in baseball, a lot of times you're going to have 2 guys, you're going to have two outs with men in the scoring position. It takes a while sometimes to get there. And then do you cash or do you not?
2 out hitting, 2 strike hitting.
That's right.
Very critical. So this is Matt Hobbs.
Matt does an
D1
outstanding
baseball,
job.
yeah. Assistant Coach of the Year a season ago.
Wow, isn't that cool?
High above those right field seats.
Beautiful.
Like
What-
we've talked about, just big league setup. You know, professional setup here
Amazing.
at Baum Walker Stadium. This is not your, I suppose they're becoming more and more common, but it's not your run-of-the-mill college stadium. You walk in here, there's a lot of AAA ball clubs that wish they would had a park like this.
I have to steal a line from Field of Dreams. Are we in heaven? No, we're in Fayetteville.
Well, it's hog heaven, by
Yeah,
the way.
I know.
No, the seats right below us.
Oh, my
Okay,
goodness.
it's the hog heaven seating section.
Yes.
Between games, you saw me. I had to go down and to visit hog heaven.
Baseball heaven. There you go.
I think the only hog heaven I know is one where you got the smoker and there's some fresh brisket coming out.
Oh, yeah.
That's hog heaven.
Is it better here or North Carolina? Everybody argues who has the best barbecue.
Well, you could. Where to find the best brisket? 1-1 is ripped. That's foul. It's a question that
2 strikes.
everybody wants to know.
Oh, there you go. Our crew is making us hungry. T-Boy's barbecue. He's definitely into that.
JD.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Carnivore diet. Big
Will
pitch.
McLean, here we go. Check. Looked at a cold third strike.
Wow.
Getting over.
That's a hammer from the left side. An absolute hammer. Take a look at this breaking ball. Look at the depth on that pitch. At 82 miles per hour, 2,700 spin. Next level breaking ball. Frozen.
Start of the 5th inning, Arkansas with the 4-0 lead. On the big stage, it's a big one. Winner of this one to the regional final. We say hello now to the 22-year head coach. That is Ed Service. Coach, thanks for doing this, putting on the headset here. What's critical offensively the rest of the way here when your team goes around against Zach Root again?
Well, first of all, we got to throw a 0 up there. We can't afford to give him any more. You know, it's going to be hard to score 5 runs off this guy. He's got good stuff tonight. And then, you know, occasionally we're swinging at baseballs outside the zone. And when you face a quality pitcher like that, you can't afford to do it. So, you know, I like some of the contact that we're making. We just got to catch a break. I think that first run, you know, sometimes that first run's the hardest one to get. We got to find a way to get that first one. I think we'll relax and be okay.
Coach, can you reflect on your career and in this atmosphere here and winning a championship last week in the Big East?
Well, this is something special here, you know, and we knew it was going to be. These are great baseball fans down here. I mean, the college game has grown. From my first time, you know, coming into the college ranks to where it is now, I never imagined that we'd see a situation like this. 14,000 people, they're all clapping, they're all cheering. You know, not for us necessarily, but I mean, that's what you want. It's a great college atmosphere, and I'm glad our players are having an opportunity to play in it.
What's the approach moving forward then with your hitters and that breaking ball? It's nasty.
It's good. Yeah, he's really good. We got to get to his fastball. You know, we're taking some fastballs. When we see a fastball, we got to put a good swing on it. But that being said, we're making some contact. We just got to catch a break. We got to find a way to score that first run.
Coach, thanks for doing this.
Thanks,
good luck.
Guys. Thanks, guys.
What do you think? You agree?
Oh, yeah, 100%. He knows what he's doing. More discipline in the strike zone. They need to score some runs, and I agree, cannot give up another run to the Razorbacks. Need some zeros.
Well, Shea Went retired Brent Iredale just a moment ago while we were talking with Coach. That high fly out to right. So Reese Robinette singled in a run back in the 3rd, also walked. You know, it just took that, while yesterday was a little bit different sort of a game. It was a 3-3 game, Bobby, from the early innings to the 6th. And Creighton, they got that leadoff walk. They scored the first run, then another, and all of a sudden, that 6th inning against Kansas yesterday turned into a 7-run frame.
Yeah, that leadoff walk is what got it started. They had good discipline, good approaches. Root's just tough. I mean, you're talking 94 to 96 with maybe the best breaking ball from the left side in the nation. Probably him and Arnold at Florida State, I would say, are the 2 top left-handers in the country.
Yeah, those are 2 good ones.
And they both have electric breaking balls. I mean, they're nasty, filthy pitches.
Projected first rounders next month. That's a 1-out walk. And a quick reminder, we'll talk to Ed's counterpart when this half inning is done. Dave Van Horn will join us next. So Van Horn grew up in Kansas City. Ed is from La Crosse, Wisconsin. Back in the 80s, that's when he got his first head coaching job. Was at a Division III school about 30 minutes down the road from where he lived. He said, I'm so old school, the way I found out about that job was an advertisement in the newspaper.
$1,000 a year.
That was how he got into coaching. Quickly ascended, very quickly. And in the mid-90s, Jack Dahm hired him as an assistant coach. Number of years there, took over ahead of the 2004 season. 2 gone now. Thomas is retired. You know, 2 coaches that have had such impactful careers at each of their respective universities. It's each of them more than 2 decades in Fayetteville and Creighton. Close to 2,500 wins combined between the 2 of them.
Wow, not easy to do right there. Consistent winners.
And another one up here in the booth as well. Your career as a head man in Western Carolina, all those years in the AC, had a lot of wins at the Yard today.
It's a lot of fun, a lot of great players, a lot of great relationships. It's all about people. It's a people business. Gotta love to be around people, develop people, work with them.
Runner on the move. That pitch went over everything there. So Robinette,
wow,
is at second.
Just kind
Where'd that
of
come
sailed
from?
that one out of nowhere right there. It's tried to get a little extra on that one, and it missed everything. Happens sometimes. But now you're in a 2-0 count, behind in the count, hitters count right here.
So 3-0 count to Charles Davalon. The leadoff hitter has been hit twice today, also grounded out to second. In tight. So Shea Went, this is his second full inning of work, walked 3 batters in the 4th and has walked 2 more here in the 5th.
That was a 100% predetermined take with 3-0. You got the SEC Player of the Year, Vahiva, on deck. This is a big, big moment for Creighton to keep it at 4.
The Hawaiian is digging back in, the breakout star in the SEC this year and the player of the year in the conference. Feels like he is perhaps about to bust out here. 0 for 2, walked in the 4th. That was when he last faced Went.
He's due for a home run. 1 home run in his last 13 games.
That's foul. Hit hard, but down the line and out of play. So Went, he's got 2 outs. But he's got to go through the most dangerous hitter in the order to throw that 0 up on the board here in the 5th. Check swing. Did he go? And the first base umpire says yes.
Take a look at it right here. Did he? Yes, he did. And that barrel gets out in front of the hands. That's an easy call.
Went coming home. 1-2 is smashed out to left, going back. Gone! He was due. He delivers here.
Make it 2 home runs in his last 13 and a huge 3-run jack with 2 outs from the Hawaiian. Got out of here in a hurry. 101 off the barrel.
A 3-run blast, a laser over that left field wall, is 17th of the season. And Arkansas has officially broke it open in the 5th. Vahiva Aloy, the prized one.
This ball's up in the strike zone, and he tomahawks it. Line drive that got out of here in a hurry. Watch how high this pitch is. He gets on top of it and drives it out of here. Boom! Very quickly. Big knock for the Razorbacks.
It's now 7-0 Arkansas after the player of the year in the conference, Vahiva Aloy, drilled a laser over the left field wall. So perfect timing to talk to the boss about it. Dave Van Horn, Coach, thanks for taking a moment. What was key to Aloy's breakout success, not just last year, but specifically this year?
Yeah, on the offensive side, it was more about patience and staying in the zone, and his development has been really good, especially from his freshman year when we got him in here. He struggled a little bit, but he still got his hits, and then this year, just really commanding the zone a lot better.
How'd that tomahawk home run look from your vantage point there in the dugout?
It was pretty nice, I'll have to admit. But no, that's exactly what we called it. He just clubbed that ball. He tomahawked it, and I think he was just hoping he'd get him a fastball. He's pretty frustrated. He's had a few rough at bats and felt like he left some runners out there. And hey, nice play. But anyway, just that was a lot of frustration coming out with that last swing.
Yeah, some good separation right there on that swing. How about Root, his game, his breaking ball, his fastball? What are you looking at there, Coach?
Yeah, he's got pretty good stuff. He's thrown a few changeups, the big breaking ball. He's got a cutter, slider type pitch, and obviously the fastball. Just he's been able to battle back when he's got behind, when he gets ahead of you. For the most part, he just comes at you, try to keep his pitch count down. But he's so far so good.
Good start for him. Hogs are up right now, Coach. Good luck the rest of the way. Thanks for doing this.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck, Dave.
And a quick first out for Zach Root. Nice little juggling act there. He was able to snag that bouncing ball, flip it on to first. So everything clicking right now for the number 3 national seed in this tournament.
And when you get the SEC Player of the Year rolling and tomahawking 92-mile-an-hour fastballs at his letters, that's a good sign.
That was impressive.
That was.
And it had been, Bobby, the uncharacteristically, okay stretch for Aloy last couple of games.
Yeah, hitting in the low 200s in the last 2 weeks. So he'd been struggling a little bit. You're not the SEC Player of the Year hitting the low 200s ever for a 2-week period. Trust me. And yeah, that's the real deal.
That's off of Kyle
Hess's
foot.
That's the real deal.
So that's foul.
Well, it wouldn't
Much
continue
better.
is what I'm saying. It wouldn't continue. You're not
Sure.
hitting 222 for the season to be in the SEC Player of the Year.
Dave Van Horn talked to us also about the importance of, you want to get to another level. You've also got to value your play at shortstop. He has massively improved defensively as well. That's why he is that complete player. 2-2 coming. It's up high.
Yeah, and Coach Van Horn, we talked about this. He works with the infielders. He was a great infielder himself, had really good defensive skill. And when he got here, he said, "Hey, can I coach you?" That was the story. Can I coach you?
Right into the shift. 2 gone.
And Aloy says, "Yes, Coach, you can coach me. Say anything you want to me. Coach me up." He says, "Well, you got to take care of the baseball better. We can't have 70 grounders taken today in practice, and 20 of them are sloppy.
Right.
We want 20 quality, and that's it. They all have to be at a high level, and he's played shortstop at an All-American defensive level as well.
You know, Van Horn, he's a demanding coach, but does a good job at just keeping things pretty light.
Consistent.
Easy going as well.
Yes.
Very steady.
Consistent, very experienced. I mean, he's been through a lot of highs,
Yep.
some failures, ups and downs. That's stuff you can share with those young men on the field. And that's experience that takes a while to learn, right? He said he's adapted to the modern game. You know, he's adjusted some things that he didn't do 10, 15 years ago to adapt to the modern game.
Well, if his team wins this one today, they've got the big-time upper hand tomorrow, whoever they face. 0-2 is in the dirt. Zach Root, twice through the order, has allowed just 2 hits. He's walked a batter. He's hit a batter.
Wow, look at that sunset.
Now under the the twilight sky in
Oh,
Fayetteville.
my goodness.
This is that time of night, Bob.
Look at that crowd. Look at that sunset. You got the hills in the background. Frame that. Put that on your wall.
Postcard?
Yes. Frame
That's
it,
the
put it on
shot
wall.
right
That's
there.
the
That's it.
If I'm a recruit and I'm seeing that, like, what? Are you kidding me?
You're a big sunset guy.
Yeah, I love the sunset.
Yeah, I'm
Love
with
it.
you on that.
Especially on the beach. Or in the
1-2.
mountains. Or in Fayetteville.
Tapped slowly, and so another chance here for Tate Gillen. Redshirt junior from Overland Park, Kansas. 0 for 2 today. And so Root very much in position here to post 5 scoreless against the Big East champs.
He's been dominant. Dominant performance so far.
1-2 again. Wow. Falls in, called third strike.
Wow.
Brilliant pitch. We've seen that a number of times today. 6 strikeouts for Root, 5 scoreless.
Bouncing around from site to site right here on Squeeze Play Live. If there are home runs or big plays, you will not miss.
Let's lose our minds.
Well, that's one way to get the party started.
That's a bad flip. Get used to that this weekend.
Now, this is your one-stop shop for everything Road to Omaha.
Squeeze Play anytime on ESPN Plus. The crew has got you covered. Matt Schick, Chris Budden, Chris Burke, Mike Rooney, wall to wall. game-to-game coverage. They're going to be showing this one. Ryder Helfrich leaves the yard. Solo shot in the sixth.
Been so impressed with Helfrich. Very athletic, tremendous bat speed. This is 106 off the barrel. He's hitting 482. 482, 15 for his last 29. He's been on fire. And that ball went out of here in a hurry.
That's incredible. Second time Arkansas has taken Shea Went deep. Cam Kojal, so he is human, bounces out one away. Third home run of the evening now for the Hogs.
Watch this beautiful swing. It's a fastball middle up. He drops the head on it. He gets out of here very quickly. I mean, it's almost a line drive. That's some serious bat speed. That guy is a super athlete. Going to be a very high draft pick next year. Behind the plate, doing a great job as well.
This is Kuhio Aloy out to right, and Dieters makes the catch. We've got a whole lot of action to start this sixth inning for Arkansas.
Nice play by Dieters, but I like that approach. I like that he sold out and went backside finally. Here's the catch. It's a better swing right there by the Hawaiian. And an even better catch. Potential extra base hit right there if he misses that baseball. Probably a triple. And Van Horn said that's probably the best catcher that he's ever coached as far as athleticism. He is super talented.
This is now Brent Iredale. 1 for 3 at the plate. He's got 13 homers himself. You saw the home run tracker out in the hog pen, up to 114 now. Wow.
Slug wins, especially when you pair it with a shutout. You know what I mean?
Well,
That's
Arkansas,
impressive.
yep. As we push now into the deeper innings, they've got the big advantage. They've played so well at this park for so many years. By the way, they're 1 win shy of tying the program record for home wins in a season. That's another walk. Seven walks that Arkansas has drawn as well, including the 3 homers.
Oh, look at that. 114 home runs this season.
And 71% of those hit at this ballpark. Well, we talked about it. It's 320 down the line. That one skips away from Capisi. Can't find it. He's a little frustrated.
It's a fun place to hit. No question about it. I mean, this is a fun park to hit in. Sight lines are excellent. And the ball does carry, especially to the gaps, it looks like. I mean, look at that view right there. Does it get any better than this facility in college baseball?
Robinette checks the swing. Did not go.
Let's take a look. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Watch that barrel get in front of the hands. That should be an easy call. You can kind of see it waggle a little bit when they swing. That barrel will cross in front of the hands and just gets a little bit out in front. They hold it up. The wrists stay locked and the barrel stays back.
It's another walk. That's the third time Robinette has walked today. He's also got the RBI single.
He's had a nice day, for sure.
So now 8 walks. And Creighton's going to gather up here around the pitcher's mound.
8 walks against this offense, not good. Here come the Hogs.
This is the 9-hitter, Justin Thomas. Two runs in the second for the Hogs, 2 in the third. Vahiva Aloy's 3-run blast an inning ago broke it wide open. And Ryder Helfrich led off with a solo shot here in the 6th. 2 on with 2 out. And you see Capisi just telling Went. Let them beat us. Wants him to find the zone here, get that 3rd out.
Impossible to defend a walk.
That's lifted out to deep right. Plenty of room for Dieters. So Arkansas adds another 8-0 in the big one. Winner of this one of the regional final tomorrow. Bobby, Oregon is the first national seed to be eliminated.
How about that?
The loss earlier today to Cal Poly, and so after falling to Utah Valley yesterday, the number 12 national seed is gone.
And then how about Georgia and Clemson getting beat today?
Yeah, that's who Duke and West Virginia beat.
That's right.
And so, along with Florida State and Tennessee, we've got a number of teams that have advanced to the regional final tomorrow. 16 teams at these 16 sites are going to be eliminated today. Tomorrow we'll send At least one more home at every site. We'll see how many regionals get to that 7th game on Monday. So that's the problem. You lose this game. There's a lot that you have to climb back from. Zach Root has been dealing tonight for Arkansas. Faces 2, 3, and 4 in the Creighton order. Matt Sherman, Nolan Sailors, and then Ben North.
Tall order right here for Creighton. Down 8 in the 6th. Especially against this guy, throwing like he is. I mean, he's got everything working for him right now.
How impressed have you been? What have been your thoughts?
Very. The fastball location, the 2 breaking balls, what he calls the slutter, which is like a cutter slider, and then the big spike breaking ball have been outstanding. A couple changeups sprinkled in here and there, but the breaking ball fastball combination has been devastating for the Creighton hitters.
Sherman swings and misses. 7 strikeouts for Root. More than 80% of the time, the team that starts 2-0 advances out of this regional since we went to this format about 2.5 decades ago. It is vital. Bobby, you have the upper hand on Sunday and potentially Monday. So the winner of this game right here, Arkansas or Creighton, what it means is one of the other remaining teams would have to beat you twice. And first and foremost, they would have to get you doubleheader style tomorrow, meaning the loser of this one faces North Dakota State at 2 local time. Then you would have to turn around and beat the winner of this game later that day. That's just to earn the right to play again on Monday.
Correct. And think about it. This is a big step for the Arkansas program. They lost this game the last 2 seasons. This is the big pivotal turnaround for their program going to the next level and getting out of this regional.
Yeah.
Becoming a 2-0 team at home for the first time in the 3rd year, the 3rd try at it. Major advantage. Been in a lot of these regionals back in the day. When you're 2-0, you're feeling pretty good about it.
Nolan Sailors bounces it to Aloy. He fell, but makes the play.
That was athletic. Caught a spike or something like that. Still made the play. Still had an accurate throw. Watch it right here. Makes a good charge play. Comes up on the big hop. Kind of stumbles with his feet. Still throws it accurately for the out.
So Zach Root has now retired 6 in a row. He has not given up much at all today. He's got a 2-hit shutout going. It's approaching 90 pitches. Got the signature outing for Root was in that Texas series here back on May 1st. Remember, they swept the number 2 overall seed in this field. First weekend of May. He went 8 innings against the Longhorns that night. 8 shutout, gave up 2 hits, struck out 11.
Wow. Real deal.
Through 99 pitches. Ben North is looking for his first hit. 2-1 coming. That's lined into the gap at right center. This one has got eyes for the wall, and it's down for a base hit. Maxwell cuts it off. North takes second. His first hit of the weekend. 2-out double.
Finally breaks through with a good swing to the right center gap. It's a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. He stays inside. Kind of leaks back out over the plate a little bit. He's trying to go in. Didn't quite get it there. Good looking swing to the backside. Hustle double.
First pitch to Connor Capisi is fouled back and out of play. Hit hard, but right to Kojal at second. 6 shutout innings for Zach Root. The number 3 national seed in the field has been in control and in command tonight in a big game that determines who is going to the regional final tomorrow. All the stars, Cam Kojal, Vahiva Aloy, Zach Root, they've all contributed. Arkansas, its last shutout win in this NCAA tournament was 6 years ago against TCU. And they've got the 8-0 lead. As we start the 7th inning, Creighton is calling on Anthony Unga, the freshman, out of the bullpen.
Yeah, limited work this season, 10.1 innings. He's had a bit of an issue with walks, almost 9 per 9 innings. The standard is 3. Big arm, though, up to 93 miles an hour. 2-pitch guy, fastball, breaking ball. Out of Canada.
Top of the order to face Unga. Tough spot for Creighton. Now into the late innings. Fell behind 4-0 after 4 innings, and Arkansas has added 4 since then. They have had runners on in every inning, so every frame Arkansas has had runners reach safely. They've hit 3 homers, but they've also drawn 8 walks.
Yeah, the OPS is skyrocketing tonight for the Razorbacks. On base percentage plus slug, looking really good so far in this game.
One is struck foul. That's out of play. So Unga's working with the new catcher here. This is Nate McHugh, replaces Connor Capisi. Three-two, that falls through the zone. So another walk for these Arkansas hitters. The NCAA regionals, the coverage from all 16 sites continues tomorrow. That's on ESPN Plus and the ESPN app. For more information, visit ncaa.com. So that's a create your own.
Yeah, she was mixing many different flavors together right there. A little hurricane or whatever you call it.
Hurricane?
It's not New Orleans, it's Fayetteville.
That's
but,
right.
You know, several flavors right there.
Why not get a little taste of everything? So I think you said, what was your combination the other day? You had a little banana strawberry?
A little banana strawberry.
That's it? Nothing else?
Yeah, banana strawberry. Maybe a little Andes tonight. Trying to get Matt Bartley, our producer, to go over there tonight with us. My treat.
He's giving you the
yeah.
He's giving you the no.
Yeah, ghosting me a little bit on that.
Well, you always start with no. You can maybe convince him.
Yeah. Got to get that custard from Andes. It's outstanding.
You're buying. I'll meet you there. Runner on the move. 2-1 pitch. It's out of the zone, and the throw is late. So Davalon puts himself in scoring position.
Great jump right here. Really good athlete, the leadoff hitter for the Razorbacks. And they keep pushing the envelope. You're up 8. You want to keep rolling right here. There is a 10-run rule after 7. My bad. There is not. Thinking regular season right here. It's my fault.
But nevertheless, it does. This just illustrates the impressive showing tonight for Arkansas. And there is another. Aloy, it's a 2-homer day.
What a rocket. A rocket, almost 400 feet. At 104 off the barrel. Getting hot. Get him hot. He can carry a team, any team. That's the SEC Player of the Year. 2 home runs in his last 2 ABs. Just missiles driven out of here.
Just no doubters. Logan Maxwell was on that one. That's a base hit right back up the box. Ryder Helfrich hits next. Look at this one.
It's another pitch up in the strike zone at his letters. And he tomahawks it out front. That ball was a no-doubter. Upper deck in the big leagues. I mean, seriously.
into the hog pen.
Man.
Third two-homer game of the season for Aloy. And now another 5 RBI day. Those were 2 really impressive blasts.
Look out.
So
the rest of the tournament field, look out.
Yeah.
Because get him hot, along with the rest of this lineup.
Remember, he started his career at Sacramento State. This one is blasted. Helfrich already has gone yard. This one is at the wall. The leap. Goodbye. They are pouring it on in the 7th.
This home run brought rain. I mean, he hit that straight up. 44-degree launch angle. 44, that is extreme. Still got out of here. Into the bullpen. Man, that's some strong bat speed right there from the sophomore catcher for the Razorbacks.
So Unga faces 4 hitters. Doesn't retire any of them. Couple of strikeouts. Shane Creighton out of the bullpen. It's 12-0 Hogs. The home run tracker
Homemade right there.
out in left field keeps going up. 2-homer inning here in the 7th. The latest from Ryder Helfrich. Way up in the air. That gets over the left field wall to make it 12-0 Arkansas.
That was majestic. Look how high that is. Shot out of a cannon straight up and still goes out into the Creighton bullpen. Oh, great effort right there
Wow,
as well.
Sailors nearly got a piece of the glove on it. And it's now a 5-homer game for Arkansas. They set a program record for dingers this year, 110 coming into the tournament. That's now 6, 1 yesterday, 5 today. Helfrich and Vahiva Aloy have gone yard twice today against Creighton pitching.
And Helfrich 17 for his last 31. Look at that right there. Helfrich adding to those numbers, 17 for 31, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs in that stretch, hitting .548.
Well, Shane Creighton, the new pitcher out of the bullpen there, retires Cam Kojal on 3 pitches. So that's the first out in this top half of the 7th. So the offense yesterday for Arkansas held to just 6 runs. That's it. So here's the 4th pitcher that has been used by Creighton today. 21st appearance of the year for the lefty, Creighton.
Yeah, bullpen guy, a lot of fastball usage. 85 to 89. Needs to settle it down. Get his team off the field and back in the dugout. Yeah, if you're down 12 right here, you really don't want to use anybody that you need tomorrow in a big first game to earn a right to come back and play Arkansas again. So you've got to try to preserve your best arms being down 12, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're saying this at this point now, this is now when you have to start thinking ahead. Where if you're Creighton, you might be looking at the big climb to get back to the regional final, let alone win it. It's a 1-out walk. Kuhio Aloy is aboard. Brent Iredale bats next. That's just too many walks by Creighton pitching today. Yesterday, Cancelleri, Kuzman, and Burke, they walked just 2 hitters total.
Yeah, 10 doesn't work against anybody, from the little leagues to the big leagues.
So there are the 2 numbers. 10 walks and 5 homers hit by Arkansas today. Brent Iredale waves at that one. You know, of course, you're not waving the white flag, but you have to be very strategic, Bobby, because the loser of this game then has to win 3 games in 2 days, Sunday and Monday. That's what that means. You got to win the first game tomorrow just to earn the right to play in the regional final, where you would have to win later that day and then Monday. That's why it is so critical to get this one. You got the upper hand.
No doubt. That's why Arkansas wanted to win this game in a big way tonight. Something they haven't done in the last 2 seasons. Put you in the driver's seat in a big way.
So with Aloy drawing the walk, by the way, now every Arkansas hitter has reached safely. Surprising at this point that it's maybe taken this long. I mean, everybody they have put the ball into play today. They've drawn the walks. Everyone has been effective.
It's been total domination on both sides of the ball, right? Defensively and offensively for the Razorbacks.
Called 3rd strike. Iredale goes down. So teams to start 2-0 and advance to the regional final. Murray State becomes the latest. They are just the 10th. That's it, 10th 4 seed to start 2-0 since we went to this tournament format in 1999.
Well, that regional,
wow.
Yeah, that regional was rated the toughest regional by many, many experts throughout the country. And obviously with a 4 seed going 2-0, they were right.
Yeah. These are the 4 seeds that have advanced to the Super Regionals. Evansville last year, Oral Roberts, who wound up reaching Omaha the year prior. Remember, Stony Brook made that dream run back in 2012?
Yes. Joe Panucci was the recruiting coordinator of that program on that miraculous run. Now he's the head coach at East Tennessee State. And then also you saw on there Fresno State, who won the national championship as a 4 seed.
That's right.
who did they beat in the championship game? Georgia in the championship 3-game series. Fresno State.
Just an iconic run. Three-two. Called third strike, and the inning comes to a close. Arkansas adds 4 more. It's 12-0. Our Capital One rewarding performance. Zach Root, the brilliant left-hander, 6 shutout innings. Allowed just 3 hits in a fine start today in the Fayetteville Regional.
Had it all working tonight. Strikes with all 4 pitches. Fastball command. And his breaking ball was devastating, especially that spike curveball. That thing was ripping tonight. Through the strike zone, to the strike zone. Yeah, he was electric.
7 strikeouts for the junior from Fort Myers, Florida. Yeah, 5 of them looking. Top 20 in the nation in strikeouts. Said to us a couple of days ago, I would not be in the position that I am if not for coming to play at this program and to play against the nation's best week in and week out in the SEC. High draft pick potentially next month. And so Arkansas goes to Ben Bybee out of the bullpen here with a significant lead in the later innings.
Yeah, another power arm from the Razorbacks, 92 to 95. Look for his cutter. He's a 43% whiff rate with that pitch. I mean, that is a high percentage whiff rate. He's got really good stuff.
Faces Teddy Dieters, Will McLean, and then Dakota Duffalo, 6, 7, and 8 in the Creighton order. They are on the wrong end of that 12-0 score. The Big East champs that were red hot the final stretch of the season, won 14 of their last 15 games. An 11-4 victory yesterday against Kansas to vault themselves to this battle of the opening round winners. But now, if not for quite a miraculous comeback here, they're going to have to start planning ahead. And if they ultimately lose this game, they're going to play North Dakota State tomorrow in the early afternoon. And so The only way you get to a regional final is if you win that one. You got to play later in the day. Count has gone full here to Dieters. Singled and was hit by a pitch previously. 3-2. Just off the outside edge.
Tough to see a leadoff walk when you're up 12 and just trying to charge it in there. And that's definitely not what Coach Van Horn would like to see in this situation.
Will McLean takes a strike. Bibby's been super over the years. Third year at the program for Arkansas. He's just gotten better and better. This year primarily out of the bullpen. It's ahead of McLean here, 0-2.
It's a nasty changeup right there.
Pitched in all those very important series down the home stretch of the season against Tennessee, LSU, and Texas. Those were the last 3 regular season series for the Hogs. They swept Texas, lost 2 out of 3 in Baton Rouge, but then won 2 out of 3 against Tennessee. One away.
How about 94 at the top of the zone? The ball had a lot of ride, a lot of carry. Looks juicy. Hard to hit right there at the letters. Very, very difficult to get on top. That guy's feeling good about what he just accomplished today.
Latest draft rankings released by Kylie McDaniels. He's got him as a maybe I think the 21 overall.
Might even go higher
prospect.
than that.
Yeah, this is Jack Tarosian. Pitch hitting here for Dakota Duffalo. Well, the other big power arm. That Arkansas rotation, Gage Wood.
Yeah. We're getting ready to see him tomorrow.
Yep.
Potentially.
It's fouled.
And he's been moving up the draft boards, skyrocketing up the draft projections.
He's only started 7 games this year, but has pretty elite swing and miss stuff as well, just like Root.
The modern metrics on his arsenal grade out very high.
Yeah, there is Gage Wood. Not to mention Vahiva.
Wow.
Who's a projected first rounder. This is Kylie McDaniel's latest updated projections. Little bouncer through the middle. And so Tarosian has a pinch hit single.
Little seeing-eye ground ball right through the middle.
Well, for Creighton, first things first. Just getting one across will feel good. Obviously, it's a significant deficit that they're facing right now. Only the third time, or the third at bat for Creighton with runners in scoring position. They had a man at second in the 4th, a man at second in the 6th. And now a man here at second in the 7th, but that's it. There's only been 3 occasions.
Bobby behind in the count again. Another 3-ball count in this inning.
That's in there for a strike. Now the bases are loaded all of a sudden in the bottom of the 7th inning, and Matt Hobbs, the pitching coach, is walking out pretty quick here. Dylan Carter has gotten up here in the bullpen.
Everyone in the ballpark knows he's just trying to fill it up, throw it right down the middle. Coach Hobbs out there lecturing that as well.
Yep.
You're up 12. Make him swing the bat. Everyone knows that. Sometimes easier said than done.
You don't want to lip read on that one right there.
First time the Blue Jays have made it to third base in this contest.
No better time than right now if you're Creighton. Facing a significant deficit here. This is Tate Gillen, who is hitless today. And so Bybee, that first pitch after the mound visit, finds the zone. Swing, hard chopper, over to second for one. The turn back to first is just late. So Gillen does beat out the throw, and he plates Creighton's first run. Dieters scores, Terosian's at third, and then Hess was wiped out at second.
He threw it in there, got a chance to get an out. It's a good adjustment. Just getting out, getting the lead runner right there at second, or the second trail runner. But there goes the shutout. That's a frustrating thing as a pitching coach. Been there before, you're up 12. It's like, fill it up. And the whole staff wants a shutout for everybody. And, you know, you're on the mound as BB, and you're really wanting that. So probably wanting it a little too bad.
Well,
trying too hard.
Yeah.
Got to let it happen.
That can happen when you walk 2 in the inning. With that significant lead, Matt Sherman takes a strike. So Sherman's got one of the 4 Creighton hits today. That's it. There's a drive deep to center. But Thomas has got plenty of room. So Creighton does get on the board. It's 12-1 after 7. The League of Champions, the last 5 national champs, 5 different SEC programs. Vanderbilt in 2019. The Mississippi schools went back-to-back in 21 and 23. Paul Skeens leads LSU to the championship 2023. And then Tennessee in that all-SEC championship takes down Texas A&M. It's 5 in a row, 6 out of the last 7. And the Arkansas fans know they were right there on the doorstep, 2018.
Can Arkansas get back to Omaha and play for another national championship and this time break through and win one with their first ever for this tremendously, just consistent winner of a program? And can someone take down the SEC and prevent them from winning national championships pretty much every year?
Easier said than done. Now, he would love it if the Hogs get back to Omaha.
Oh, yeah.
I like the mitt, multicolored mitt.
Look at the hog shirt right there.
1-2 pitch, by the way, to Justin Thomas. The lefty Shane Creighton is still on the mound for Creighton.
But seriously, who's going to take down powerhouse SEC baseball? Potentially. Who can do that?
Well, 6 of the top 8 national seeds were from the SEC. The only others outside the conference, North Carolina, the number 5 national seed, and then Oregon State. Oh, by the way, we have told you about their struggles here just in the early goings of this regional weekend. 2-2 pitch is off the end of the bat. That's over to Hess. So 1 out in the 8th. We've talked about that this weekend. The conversation for much of the year, or at one point this season, Arkansas was the number 1 team in the nation. They've been consistently strong all year. They won 6 SEC series. They were never swept. So that conversation started to take shape.
Swept the number 1 team in the country at one point.
Oh, yeah, Vanderbilt.
And swept Texas.
So they could get to Omaha. Is it their time? Now, you got to do it.
Right.
But is it their time?
I think that's how it works. I think you have to go through some adversity, have some ups and downs.
Oh, Charles Davalon stings that one right to Sherman. 2 quick outs, though.
You see that all the time. You see where you really have to go through a lot of pain to get to that final journey. Look, remember when Mississippi State won it 4 years ago? Think about that program, how great they've been over the years. They never had a national championship. That was their first.
Yep. What a night for him. The SEC Player of the Year. He went back-to-back. His last 2 plate appearances, home runs, the 3-run bomb in the 5th. That's what really just broke it open. It was 4-0 at the time. That made it 7-zip. And then a 2-run home run off of Unga in the 7th. That was part of a 4-run 7th inning for Arkansas. And he's gone deep on a couple of pitches up in the zone, Bobby.
Yeah, he is getting hot today, obviously. They're happy back in his hometown of Wailuku, Hawaii right now, watching this game.
That's a 4-pitch walk.
Wailuku, Maui.
Kendall Diggs getting a pinch hit opportunity, the Olathe, Kansas native. Kendall Diggs, 17 starts this year, a senior. It's an opportunity here late in this one, a 12-1 Arkansas advantage. Pinch hits for Maxwell, who went 2 for 5 at the plate today. This one, it certainly feels in hand for Arkansas. They're 6 outs away from getting to another regional final, but this time, the first time in 3 years, they would have the upper hand. They would be the team that would have to get beaten twice in consecutive days in order to get knocked out. On the flip side, if Arkansas does get there, all they have to do is just win one of those 2 games and they move on. Again, it's double elimination format. We play this thing through until 3 teams have suffered 2 losses, and there's only 1 team standing. That's it.
The Razorbacks in great position right now.
Offensive explosion today. 1-2. Oh, good breaking pitch. That's in for a called 3rd strike. Diggs goes down. Inning is over. 12-1 Arkansas. That Arkansas offense, it lives up to its reputation in this very important Saturday battle. It's got a 12-1 advantage over Creighton and now 6 outs away from advancing to the regional final. So pivotal, so vital to win the first 2 games in this regional round, which is the double elimination style. So you can take 1 loss, but the second ends your season. Kansas has been eliminated. Arkansas is in obvious position to advance to play that game tomorrow night, where all it would have to do is just win tomorrow, and it goes to a super for the first time in 3 years. Now the loser of this one, if it's Creighton, it then has to turn around and face North Dakota State tomorrow at 3, and you see that right. One team is going to have to win twice tomorrow on the same day in order to keep its season alive. Freshman is now on the mound for Arkansas, Steele Eves.
Yeah, limited usage right here for Coach Van Horn, but going with the strike thrower, 2.08 walks per 9. Standard is 3. He'll throw it in there at a high clip. Loves the fastball. Usage almost 61% of the time.
He's only logged those 8 2/3 innings. That's it. But so he gets an opportunity with his team very much in control here, leading 12-1 in the 8th. So for Creighton, this is obviously just a massive deficit here tonight. But it is not the end. 0-2 pitch to Nolan Sailors, misses upstairs. Goes back to what we were saying. If Creighton winds up dropping this one, it's got to turn around and play tomorrow the 4 seed North Dakota State. Blue Jays were very productive, the top of the order. That is against Kansas yesterday. Today, just 1 for 11. And now making 1 out of 12. Wow, 1 through 3 in the order, Bobby. They struck out 6 times.
Nice pitch right there. Little cutter at 84 miles an hour. Some good depth. You know what I like about Arkansas? If you notice, on every strikeout, they just throw the ball right back to the pitcher. Keep the game moving. They do not throw the ball around at all.
They've had a lot of chances to do that. It's 9 strikeouts now as a staff.
You'll see a lot of teams do that in inter-squad. They don't throw the ball around, like, you know, on a weekend in the fall. You just throw the ball right back to the pitcher. But in games, very few do that. I like it. Keeps your defense on their toes. Keeps the game moving.
Let's move right along here with Ben North back at the plate. Big swing and a miss. He did double his last time up. 1 for 3 at the plate. So the home plate umpire here, Travis Carlson. Steps out, resets this thing. North gets jammed. 2 away in the 8th.
That ball had a lot of run at 94 miles an hour. Almost 14 inches of horizontal break at 94. You'll see that a lot with off-speed pitches, like a changeup. It's happening with a power fastball.
So Nate McHugh entered the game as the defensive replacement an inning ago, so he'll bat for the first time. So a good start to this inning for Eves. Arkansas native. Trying to go 1-2-3 here in the 8th. Iredale, can he recover? Yes, he does. 1-2-3 inning. Arkansas is 3 outs away. All right, one last chance. Just scan the QR code. Do it now, squeeze play. It's going to take you to site coverage from all across the country, all 16 regionals. Around the clock multi-game coverage. ESPN Plus subscribers, they can access the expanded coverage with squeeze play. All right, so Arkansas with the 12-1 advantage. Shane Creighton back on the mound, faces Ryder Helfrich, Cam Kojal, and Kuhio Aloy.
That's 100 balls. Not strikes, balls the Creighton pitchers have thrown in this game tonight.
Hasn't been the sharpest of days for the Blue Jays. The score says that all.
Of 197 total pitches, 100 balls. Now 101. It's a lot.
Count goes full here.
That's why the score is 12-1.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be honest right here. That's why it is. A lot of hitter advantage counts, a lot of walks. Too many walks.
And there's another one. Bebo. These are some other games featuring the winners from yesterday. The 1-0 games, meaning you're 1-0 to start the regional. Louisville with the 3-2 lead over Vandy in the 6th inning.
Look at that Texas score right there. That's a tight one.
Oh, that one is hit hard over to second for one, and the turn back to first is in time. So Creighton doubles up Cam Kojal, 2 away in the 9th.
Good turn right here. Watch the pivot, feed. Nice. Well done, gentlemen.
Again, Creighton's got to turn around tomorrow if it doesn't mount the miraculous comeback in the bottom of the 9th inning. It'll play at 2 local time tomorrow. So it's after 10 o'clock here. They've got to turn around, face North Dakota State, who eliminated Kansas earlier today. That one's foul tipped into the mitt. And so Aloy behind in the count, 0-2.
I'd like to see him drive a ball right through the middle of the field, set himself up for tomorrow.
Yeah, how about right there? Right on cue.
There you go. That's what it's all about right there. TTM. You see, he had an at-bat earlier where he sold out to the backside, waving those flags. And that kind of set him up for this at-bat. That'll lock you back in when you hit a ball hard through the middle of the field. That'll get you set right. It's been coming off a lot in this tournament. Look for a big day tomorrow from the other Bash brother.
Two-0 pitch now coming to Brent Iredale. check swing. That bounces foul.
Been impressed with Iredell's defensive skill set at third base. He's knocked some balls down, made some strong, accurate throws. He made a nice double play on a high hopper last night. Moves around really well over there. Whew. Strike zone getting a little bit more than 17 inches on that pitch, I believe. 12-1 is the score.
Sure.
Fans didn't like it.
Iredell stings it into shallow right, long run, and Dieters makes the catch. Creighton hits in the bottom of the ninth. It's 12-1 Arkansas. They're trying to wrap it up next. The number 3 overall seed in the field with a 12-1 advantage, 3 outs away from starting 2-0 in a regional for the first time in 3 years. Arkansas with a statement this evening. Colin Fisher, Bobby, is now on the mound to try to close the door. The sophomore from Noble, Oklahoma.
Yeah, 3-pitch mix, looking for strikes here. 89-91, fastball slider change guy. Opponent's hitting only 218 off the left-hander. Limited work.
So Zane Becker is also behind the plate working with him. Yeah, Arkansas got up 4-0 after 3 innings. And then Vahiva Aloy, perhaps the MVP of this performance tonight, drilled a 3-run homer over the left field wall. It was an absolute laser. Arkansas just piled it on from there. Got one more in the 6th, 4 in the 7th, and Creighton finally got one in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Long fly ball off the bat of the pinch hitter, 1 away. Fisher just trying to get the job done and shut the door, as Arkansas is going to turn around and would face either Creighton or North Dakota State tomorrow night in the regional final. Another pinch hitter. Goldberg gets an opportunity. Well, if you're Creighton, you've been in this position before. You had to turn around very quickly. Jackson Goldberg, by the way, with a 9th inning base hit. It's a nice piece of hitting.
You get up there to pinch hit in a 12-1 game, take your hacks. Take your hacks. Look at that.
Hey, they made the, what, 6.5 hour trek sticking around to support the Big East champs every moment.
Past his bedtime.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they didn't want to leave without getting a souvenir.
He's locked in.
Fucino to pinch hit.
10:15 Central, and he is locked in.
Well, it's every kid's dream, staying up past their bedtime.
Oh, yeah. Look at him. Oh. What's that ball back?
Yeah, he's got it back. He's happy.
Yeah.
Oh, he was.
Maybe a lefty. Did you see that?
Oh, a little competition now.
Oh,
he wants his ball.
Give him the eye right there.
That was a little side eye.
Working it. Okay, let's see what we got here. He's cheering.
I mean, I said these got to be siblings, right? Into center. Arkansas's 1 out away.
Yes, they are.
Dave Van Horn's club, one of the best in the nation all year. They were #1 in the nation at one point. Earned the #3 national seed, a top 8 national seed for his 6th time, last 7 tournaments, and one of the consistent winners in the nation. They are 1 out away from getting to that regional final. First pitch to Kyle Hess. That's down and away. Hit hard but foul. So Bobby, the 2 games tomorrow. The first one, it'll feature Creighton and North Dakota State. Second elimination game of the weekend. Loser goes home. The winner turns around and then plays Arkansas at 8 local time tomorrow.
To try to push it to Monday.
Got to win twice.
Correct.
Keep your season alive. Outside corner for a strike. Cut at and missed, and the ball game is over. Arkansas advances to the regional final. And they start 2-0 in this regional round for the first time in 3 years. In the driver's seat, and they've got the upper hand now.
Took care of business tonight. Total domination, both sides of the ball. Outstanding pitching performance from Root. I mean, he was lights out. Electric stuff in the strike zone. And then the stars shining. Malloy, Helfrich, I mean, just explosive, multiple bombs. 2-0 in this tournament, set up well for tomorrow.
These are our matchups for Sunday. Creighton and North Dakota State, 2 local time tomorrow in Fayetteville. They fight to keep their seasons alive. The winner faces Arkansas. The regional final tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did. For Bobby Miranda and the crew, I'm Kevin Fitzgerald saying so long from Baum-Walker Stadium, where Arkansas posts the emphatic 12-1 win over Creighton.